Hi everyone, and welcome to week 4. So we got quite a bit to look at this week. So good job on the safety reading responses. I'm looking forward to seeing your inquiry activities and having you start to think about how to use science curriculum in your elementary classroom. We're going to talk a little bit about what are some of the challenges for teaching science in terms of just knowledge students already possess, and how do you build on that? How do you see that as an asset, but also understand that adding new knowledge can be sometimes challenging if they already have some pretty set ideas. So this week you're going to be doing what we call the preconceptions or misconceptions. The terminology is actually shifting away from misconceptions, which sounds like it's, students don't have the right information or don't have the right ideas about things, and instead thinks about and looks at it from the perspective of that students bring already some knowledge, and a lot of that is conditioned on their experiences, and sometimes the way they explain that doesn't take in the full picture. So this week you're going to do some exploring of how those might impact students' learning of science. And so the first thing you're going to do, you have 2 assignments this week. The first one is Learning Science Study video notes. So you're going to actually first complete the first 2 pages, and I'm going to open that. So you're going to actually do the first 2 pages of the template, and I'm not sure, there we go. And without watching the videos. So I want to know what you think about these things before you watch the videos. So start out with, and there is no right answer. You're going to get some of these wrong. Well, not necessarily wrong. You're going to explain these based on your experiences with this content. So I just want to know what you currently think. So what causes the seasons? Why does the moon have moon phases? How does photosynthesis work? So just explaining what you already know or have heard or maybe think you know, and then after you've done this, then you're going to go back to our Canvas site and you're going to actually look at some videos. So there are 3 videos linked here, and as you watch these videos, you're going to want to take notes. So part 2 of this assignment is you actually have to, hold on just a second. I'm not sure why that is being weird, why it won't pull up the Word document. So let's try this. Let's see if, there we go. And so in part 2, as you watch these, you're going to take notes of what is happening in the videos. So that's the first part of the assignment, is just to first, discuss what you already know about these things, and then to watch these 3 videos, and then to take notes on those, and make sure that you read these instructions, because there are some that you're not going to watch the whole video. So maybe you watch the first 18 minutes. In this one, you watch the first 19 minutes. So thinking about making sure that you're tracking with this sheet as you go along. So on Canvas, again, you'll find those 3 videos. And then the other assignment that you're going to do this week is you're going to actually find a probe that explores ideas with students. So one of the things we have learned about teaching science is that it's really important to understand what students already know, what they already have constructed in terms of knowledge around a content area or a particular topic. And so Paige Keeley, who is a science teacher, has made lots of money creating these really nifty probes that you can give to your students and find out. It helps to uncover their thinking behind their ideas. So not just can they tell you how the moon phases are created, but explain the thinking behind that. And often when you ask students to explain their thinking, you uncover some ideas that you might need to actually work on, or they need to add more information to. So in here, you can pick any of those 3 links and you'll see a number of documents. So we'll just pick this one. This one is about me and my shadow. And so these are they're all similar. So it gives like sometimes a little story, and then it asks you which one of these people do you agree with, and then describe your thinking. So you're going to pick one of these probes, and you're going to in the following week, you're going to actually give it to some participants that you choose. So you can choose family members, you can choose, if you're in a classroom, you can choose a few students to try this out on, you can choose siblings. You need 3 participants to try it out on, and they can be different ages, they can be all the same age, but they have to be able to at least, get through the information on the probe. So this week, again, all you're doing is the video notes, and then you're going to pick one of those probes for your, that are linked here under week 4. Sorry, I must have went to a different. Okay, so right here in resources are the probes, and there's some for earth science, some for physical science, and some for biology. So if you had a particular area where in the videos or when you were writing your answers, you're like, oh, that was really hard for me to, like, I totally thought that was different. That might be a good one for you to try out, and there's probably a probe in here that will align with it. So what you're going to upload for this assignment is you're going to upload your video notes, and you're going to upload a copy of your probe. So those are the 2 things that have to be submitted this week. Going forward, next week, you'll see we're covering the rest of that assignment. We'll do some additional stuff. The other thing you have to do this week is the discussion. So you're going to actually, after doing the videos and the notes, you're going to respond to this discussion just about your own preconceptions and see some of your classmates' responses as well. So those are the assignments for this week. Hope you're moving along in the course. Looks like everybody's keeping up and getting the assignments done. And yeah, so just a reminder, if as we go forward and things get more complicated, up here is an opportunity to sign up for office hours. If that time doesn't work for you, then email me. We can meet. You also should have purchased your text and gotten your access code and gotten that all straightened out. I got a couple of emails from a couple students who ran into some challenges with that. So if you have not gotten your textbook, you need to do that, because we will be starting to do some lesson planning with it after next week. So absolutely, you're going to need that going forward. All right, well, I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next week.